What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesFromTheCustomer. Alright, this story's called My Poor Sleep-Deprived Brain Couldn't Cope When the Supermarket Order Came Without My Honey. So, before I begin, a few things that aren't particularly relevant to the story, but give a bit of context as to my current mood. 1. I have a teething baby, who used to be a brilliant sleeper, but has seemingly lost her superpowers. She's been waking up more during the night for the last few weeks, but this week in particular has been bad. She's waking up something like 6 to 10 times a night looking for breastfeeding, so the husband can't help much, and I'm averaging maybe 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night. I love my beautiful little monster, but gosh darn it, I am tired. 2. Brovid is on the rise again where I am, and we've been put into a mini lockdown. The kids got an extra week of school holidays, but I can't take them anywhere. We've been kicking about the house all week while my husband works from home in his study. We're keeping ourselves busy, but we're all a little on edge from being cooped up. Apologies for the lengthy content. Now onto the bit you're here for. Certain things conspired against me last night, which ended up with me as an emotional wreck this morning over something that, after a few husband hugs, time, and laughter at myself, I have come to realize is a rather small incident. Because of the mini lockdown, it's getting harder to book supermarket deliveries, so the one arriving last night was much anticipated. The kids were in bed when I heard the door. Husband was doing a bit of a social Zoom thing with his work colleagues, so I went to sort it out. Our house can get a bit confusing for delivery folks. It's easier to deliver to the back door, especially the supermarket deliveries, but it's difficult to figure that out from the road, so a lot of them come to the front door. This guy hadn't been with us before, so he brought a couple of crates to the front. No big deal. I just showed him how it would be easier for him to go to the other door. He went off to bring the rest of it to the back door, and I brought the crates inside. I usually don't order plastic liners for the crates, but they put liners in these. Again, no big deal. I lifted them both into the hall and grabbed one of the bags to bring to the kitchen on my way to the back door. I figured I'd get the other one later. Met the delivery guy, exchanged pleasantries, and all was well. The monster woke up. I kicked husband off his meeting temporarily to put the fridge and freezer stuff away and went to soothe the beautiful beast. When I escaped, I put the rest of the stuff away. I was pretty pooped due to lack of sleep, so I signaled to husband, who was back at his socializing, that I was going to bed. I wasn't there very long before the monster woke again, and it happened to be a particularly bad night. She finally let me sleep for a little bit, and I woke up a bit later than usual. I panicked a bit because the other two had been awake for a while and were starting to get hungry. We've been covering the downstairs stairs with a massive box because the beautiful monster has started to crawl and keeps attempting to throw herself down them. Husband is going to fit the stair gates this weekend, all being well. My son's room is down there, so we don't cover it at night in case he feels the need to visit us and throw our sleep schedule even further. He's a good cub and doesn't do this very often at all. Because of where the box had been sitting, I didn't notice the other delivery bag behind it. No! Silly me. I grabbed it and noticed a jar that didn't look familiar. Beetroot. I hate beetroot. My husband hates beetroot. There is no one in this house that eats beetroot. There is no possible way I would have ever ordered beetroot. You see where I'm going? Upon inspection of the bag, I discovered that the top half of the groceries were mine. Underneath those were a load of things I hadn't ordered. No big deal. Until I realized I was missing some stuff I had actually ordered. Stuff I needed for the kids' breakfast. I was already late for breakfast, and now my poor brain went on overdrive. How the fuck am I supposed to make breakfast for my kids with no honey? Don't worry. I realize now that honey is not an essential part of any breakfast, but my kids do love it, and in that moment, my sleep-deprived, panicked brain couldn't conceive of any possible way of making breakfast that didn't involve honey. Husband was unceremoniously shaken awake from the particularly deep slumber he seems to save for the nights when I get none. There's no honey! The supermarket screwed us! I can't feed the children without honey! Why would they do this to us? Don't they know how much we needed that honey? Poor husband performed admirably. He reminded me of the wonders of any other food and got on the phone to the supermarket. More importantly than the honey, we were also missing a couple of loaves of bread and the oat milk we need for my son, who has a dairy allergy, along with a few other items. I probably would and should have been more upset about these, but I couldn't get past the honey. I wept incoherently as I put together something for the kids to eat, and husband confirmed a time for the missing groceries to be redelivered. The supermarket in question was fab. Within a couple of hours of calling, a delightful delivery guy appeared with the honey and other missing items. He was friendly to the kids as they helped unpack them. All in all, things were resolved very quickly, professionally, and easily. Despite my tears and emotional breakdown, they even let us keep the beetroot. That is such a cute story. Thank you for sharing. Delivery is so hit or miss, and I hate that. I wish if you pay for a service, there's like a 99.999% success rate. I'm not even asking for 100. Alright, this story's called Welcome to Customer Service Hell. As much as it pains me to do so, I have changed the company name slightly to comply with this board's rules. It's a large online furniture retailer. I really don't know who it is. Enjoy. Dear Unfair Incorporated. Who is it? Buying from your company has been one of the worst experiences of my life. I wish I could say it was the worst customer service experience I've ever had, but that wouldn't be true. I purchased an entertainment center on May 12th. It was delayed 4 separate times over the course of 4 weeks. Every Thursday it was scheduled to deliver, and then every Thursday it was delayed. I would receive an email, "Your delivery has been delayed." After the 4th time it was delayed, the warehouse sent me a text message saying this: "Warehouse cannot locate item, so I will order a replacement for you." A few days later, after that 4th Thursday, I get woken up from a call on Sunday morning from the delivery driver that said, "We're 5 minutes away with your entertainment center." I said, "That's impossible. I received a text that you lost my order." They arrived, but this of course was delivered with damage to my building complex. Delivery driver knocked the sign off my neighbor's room and caused close to $1,000 in damages. The billing is still pending, and I'm on the hook for the $1,000 in repairs. After they had completely wrecked the walls of my building in front of me, they had the audacity to ask me to give them 5 stars for their delivery service. I declined. I spoke with customer service. That is, of course, I had already spent several hours of my life dealing with customer service rescheduling after every one of my 4 delays, and told them their delivery services had damaged my walls. But the fun continued. The package that damaged my walls turned out to be a damaged package. That's right, the order that was delayed 4 times over and then showed up to my home on a Sunday morning unannounced after I was informed that it was lost turned out to be defective, broken, unusable. I have to get back on the phone with customer service again. Customer service tells me the only way to have this broken entertainment center swapped out is to wait for a new order. It's about 6 feet tall, 6 to 7 feet long. It's not a small package. Oh, and I had just moved into my new condo, around 800 square feet. I don't exactly have a lot of room to store a damaged entertainment center for over a month. Customer service tells me the only way to have my damaged order to get picked up and out of my life is to have it swapped out with a new one. I'm incredulous. I can't believe it. I want my money back and this broken crap out of my life forever. I figure, okay, just wait for the new one, I guess. Trust me, I tried to fight it, and it came with lots of customer service bickering and fighting. Absurd. So I wait for the new order to show up. 22 days later, the new order shows up. It shows up on a Monday morning. My window is between 7 to 11 a.m. Shows up at around 9 a.m. I explained to the new drivers that the previous drivers destroyed my walls with this monstrosity of a box. It was the shipping container. Please remove the new package and take it out of the shipping container. They do so begrudgingly. I escort them to my condo. Out with the old stuff, in with the new stuff. The shipping container that the new stuff came in with and the old stuff is now outside. I believe our transaction is over, and as I am entering the freight elevator, one of the delivery guys says to me, "Hey, how about you help us out with lunch?" To me, I thought it was a joke. I say, "Yeah, man, we have lots of food in the area. There's plenty of options around here." He says to me, "No, how about you help us out with lunch?" I sort of laughed it off just as the freight elevators began to close. I ride back up the freight elevator in my high-rise building, feeling a bit off-put by the exchange that just happened. Not sure why I owe Unfair Incorporated anything given my horrendous experience. The new package is in my place now. Sigh of relief rushes over now that this hellish customer service nightmare is done. I sit back down in my office chair and get to work. I'm focused and engaged in my work now. I get a knock on my door about 5 minutes or so later. Who else but the driver that just asked me for lunch options? I open the door and he is inches away from my face and asks me, "How about you help us out with lunch?" I say, "For doing what?" Apparently he thinks he's entitled to a free lunch for doing his job. I said, "Take it up with your manager. I'm not going to buy you lunch. Unfair Inc. has screwed me over and over again. It's time for you to go." It wasn't a friendly exchange. I closed the door in his face and turned the lock. I can't believe this guy won't go away, all because I won't buy him lunch? I open the door again. He points to the elevator. He needs an escort to the elevator because he needs access to it, which requires a key fob. As we're both walking to the elevator, I say, "That's a hell of a move you just pulled on me coming back in here." I let him in the elevator and I walk back to my room. As I'm walking back towards my room and as the elevator doors are closing, he says to me in dramatic fashion, "Oh, you'll be seeing me again." This guy has been inside my home. He knows what I look like. He has my cell phone number. He has my address. I don't know what this person does after their shift. I'm absolutely taking this as a threat. All because I declined buying them lunch? After a hellish customer service experience for weeks on end, and then this crap happens? I feel threatened. My mind, of course, goes to the worst possible scenarios. I try to ignore it and do my best to continue my work. An hour goes by and I get a call from building management. She's a total sweetheart. "I'm sorry, but your delivery drivers need to come back. They left a bunch of trash outside." This is my 1. Damaged package. 2. The wooden crates my new order came in. My fury turns to embarrassment as my management tells me that they left the trash in the handicap parking spot. They needed the handicap spot because someone who needs it is coming in. I personally lug it out of the way and all is well. For now, I am being charged from management again for the services to pick up and dispose of those materials. I did call 911 for the reasons listed above. This person threatened me and I wanted a recorded file with the authorities. They also left me with a $500 fine to deal with. It turns out that guy was fired today. Confirmed it with the contracted delivery team. If you're reading this far, people, it's a $1,200 entertainment center made. The delivery fees are priced in there. That would include free lunches. Today, I open up the new order. I've spent a good 1 to 2 hours. The boards are wrong. They don't match the holes. There isn't enough materials to even complete the finished product. So here I am, at my wit's end. I've been offered by Unfair Inc. to have another contracted carrier come inside my home again and pick up that defective order for a refund. I'm obviously never letting them or any of their contractors into my home ever again. The most Unfair Incorporated will offer me is 20% off. P.S. Unfair Incorporated, your emails did not find me well. Thanks for asking. Okay, first of all, is it IKEA? Because Unfair Inc. doesn't sound like IKEA to me. It just doesn't. So, is there another furniture store? Sharper Image is even further from that. Anyway, that's horrible. I am very sorry that you had to go through that because, as you know, I hate customer service because it's always bad. It never works. Alright, this story's called Tire Lady Isn't Here for Your Dumb Questions. My favorite thing happened today. I witnessed a retail worker responding to a customer the way we all would like to. I'm in Canada and was getting my winter tires put on. The time during seasonal tire changes, especially the winter, is super hectic for every tire place in the city. They work overtime to fit everyone in, and of course, endure extra abuse from customers for various reasons. The place I use has tire in their name, and that's all they sell, tires and rims. So I guess you could say that's their entire stock. They are well known. I decided to wait rather than leave and return, so I sat with my book and took in the chaos of this tire place. They had 4 staff call in absent that day, in a place with maybe 12 people, and everyone was scrambling to keep up. The phone rang the entire time I was there. People were dropping in to see if they could get tires today. Hint, you needed to book 2 weeks ago. Then getting abusive when they are told that they can make an appointment. One lady at the front had been handling every phone call, every customer, every situation with cheer and grace. She remained calm and never lost her cool, except during one phone call, when she had clearly had quite enough that day.
Good afternoon, this is Company Tire. How may I help you? Do we sell tires? No, I'm sorry. We don't sell tires. Yes, this is Company Tire. That's right, we don't sell tires. Okay, thank you. Have a great afternoon.
All delivered in that same calm, cheerful voice. Good thing I was wearing my mask, so no one could see me laughing. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I've literally done something similar. I mean, not quite like that, okay, but like, if I was really lazy or something, if I was having a bad day, I've only done this a couple of times, only a couple, but like, at the hotel, they'd be like, "You have any rooms available?" I'll be like, "Nah." Okay. I'm a bad person. I know. I'm sorry. It's someone else's money I was messing with. I'm sorry. I was lazy. I feel bad about it. I do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.